I just want to show you my deck garden. I have tomatoes on the vine already, and those are French marigolds that are edible. And we have chard, garlic chives, sage. This bin is ready to be planted. More chard, lettuce, bok choy, herbs that have been cut a lot, basils, and more tomatoes. These tomatoes have been out here since the beginning of May. This is a pepper, nasturtiums, and calla lilies, and this is the rose bush. The rose bush that has been decimated for 2 years. Now it's coming back. Decimated by me because I wanted to work on the deck repairs. Rosemary, zinnias, marigolds that'll get transplanted, more calla lilies. Down below is the beautiful Coosa dogwood, the lilacs that passed, the peonies that peony down there that's passed. These are the dahlias trying to come, and something is eating my hibiscus. There's a squash plant, there's the more tomatoes, more herbs, more squashes. And then we come off the deck to the lower vegetable garden, and this one was an add-on this year. Last fall we doubled the size, and it's not huge, but it works really well. And look at this, I have baby squashes already. There's another one, parsley, more marigolds that'll get spread around to keep pests away, more tomatoes on the vine, and most of these tomatoes, all of these tomatoes, I grew from seeds, and same with the squashes. And here's a lettuce that's been tucked in, a chive. These are rows of things that need to be watered. Beans, I put beans in there, a little late. That was a row of radishes that was collected. This was a row of beets that were eaten, and that's a row of carrots that have been harvested. Down below I have more squashes in bloom and some baby squash coming on these. I have baby zucchinis already. I am so pleased. I cannot believe I have fruit. I can't remember what these squashes are. I think they're a winter squash, possibly butternut, I hope. And those will trail over to this fence and hang over. Below I have an experiment with loofah and the beginnings of a compost heap over there. This is the new asparagus bed that is in tough shape. It has had a rough time getting going. Mostly drought. I thought I was watering well enough, but I'm not. This is the 4-year-old or 3-year-old asparagus bed, and it's higgledy-piggledy. I'm trying to understand what's going on, but these are quite edible still. And this one is deformed. Something happened to it coming out of the ground. So there's one that I will pick. Not sure what's happening with these. I need to do some research. And as you can see, my garden is very creative in the way it's put together. All these concrete blocks were found via free piles and used as retaining. And the tomatoes above are doing well. There's a row of calendula in there, French marigolds. I'm using those to help keep away pests. More lettuce. Those will get harvested. These lettuces are going to start getting bitter, so they need to be eaten. More chard, lots of chard. And those are pear trees that I've tried to espalier, and this one is getting a little tall. Then I've got rhubarb over here. This is a pear tree hanging over the garden that needs a proper trim. That's a grape arbor. So those things are on the north side of the garden, and this is southwest facing. And in there you can see I have blueberries in a cage. We've made a funky hoop house out of electrical conduit, the PVC kind of conduit. It's very flexible. It's sagging because I've tied some heavy branches to the top of it, but it may have a sway back. It's okay. And these are peppers, and I'm so excited because I've never grown peppers successfully from seed, so we'll see how that goes. So this is the vegetable garden in process. I made this video in part to document the date, June 19th, and the fact that I'm already harvesting food, which blows my mind because I've never had such success in my garden before. I pray it continues. Oh, and there's a lovely clematis that's coming on and growing over. Everything kind of grows over itself because I don't have huge sunlight space. I live on the edge of a forest, and it's big tall pines, 100-foot pine trees all around me, and they give me an awful lot of shade. The most sun I have is up there on that deck, and the deck is sprawling, and that's a good thing because we live out there under that awning when we can.